and I'm getting ready. Today's the day. I'm just a little bit emotional because it's been a long process. But I gotta finish getting ready. So, off to getting ready.
So these are my little concoctions, which is the Radiance Perfecting Serum, Vitamin C, Hydraulic Acid, as well as Radiance Booster. And I add Strobe by MAC, and I also add a few drops of Vitamin E from the Body Shop. Mix it all together like so, and I put it on my face. This is a brow zings, is what it's called. It's in medium shade, and it is from Benefit. I actually use the, looks like a pomade kind of actually, and then I use the powder form and I do my brows like so. I use a little Q-tip with a tip that will help define and clean up some of the areas. I will apply a little bit of the MAC Prep and Prime Natural Radiance Base Luminaire. I am using Sephora foundation, and this is in shade medium 29. I will be using the MAC palette Burgundy ×9 as well as Norvina by Anastasia. I'm going to start with the base color in the left bottom. I'm going to apply this all over my eyelid as well as around the brow bone. And I'm also using a all over shadow brush. I'm using the Anastasia contouring palette just to define and shape my brows. Just going to use this brush to blend. Now using the MAC Burgundy ×9, I'm going to use the color Haux, H-A-U-X, to start. Using the same palette, I'm going to go in and take a little of the color Sketch. Now with the Norvina palette, I'm going to use a little bit of the color Drama in the corner in the crease, just to give it a little bit more definition. I'm gonna get a little bit bigger of a fluffier blending brush and just blend that out in the crease and in the corner and clean it up a little bit. This is a Estee Lauder highlighter, and it is the Tom Ford series collection. Now I'm going to use a little bit of the MAC Pro Longwear Paint Pot in the shade Painter Relief. I'm going to use the Tarte Shape Tape in the shade Light. Now I'm going to use a Sephora Shimmer Color in my Z palette to use as a little highlighter. I'm going to use my contouring light to medium shade by Ish. Now I'm using NARS, and the color is Orgasm for my blush. I'm going to line the top of my eyeliner. Going to line my lips with the Huda Beauty Lip Contour Pencil Color Trend Setter. I am using the Huda Beauty Lip Contour Pencil Color Trend Setter. I'm going to follow that with the Huda Beauty Liquid Matte in the color Bombshell. I'm going to go in with the Makeup Forever Pro Sculpting and put a little bit on the tip of my nose and other areas to give a little bit of a glow. I will be going in with the NYX eyelash strips, and that is WL15. I will put on the bottom eyelid the NYX Font White Eyeliner. I'm using the Ordell Clear Glue Gel.
Okay, it is 6:40 in the morning and I'm on my way. As I was coming down my stairs in my house, I fell down from the second floor to the first floor. So I'm extremely nervous, trying to get a grip. Hubby was nice enough to go get me a little croissant and a cup of coffee to have. It's about an hour drive to where I am heading. So I will keep you posted. I don't think that I can take my phone into the facility, but as soon as I get out, I will let you know what it was like and my experience. I'm trying not to cry. I'm very emotional. I'm very nervous. Okay, so I will keep you posted. Okay, so hopefully you can hear me. I just came out of the exam. It was very nerve-wracking. Had to stand in line for a long time, have all your documents, have them verify all the documents. They didn't check uniforms so much like I thought they were, but once you got to your area where you were going to set up and start the test, your examiner was the one that I guess went around and looked at your shoes and your pants and basically your overall appearance. Then the main lady will announce what to do and how to do it. Then they have you set up at the same time. You're setting up bag one. You're going to be setting up for barbering. So you're basically just going to put your stuff out. Make sure you definitely sanitize the table first and foremost, and then put your sanitation bag, I guess you would call it, up and ready. Then put all your barber stuff up, cape and drape your mannequin, and make sure you put the headband on. And then they'll tell you to start the process. I'm not for sure why my examiner said that the razor that we were taught and given in our kit from my school, because there were other students from my school there that or fresh out of school. They had the exact same razor, and I don't know if he was trying to get people disqualified. I don't know, but he went and spoke to, and I guess the main lady again, and she said let it go or whatever. I'm not for sure what she said, but they let us do the rest of the exam. And I figured because he was favoring this other young lady and she had the exact same razor for shaving that I have, and she came from my school. I was very glad I got the barbering down, and the only thing was a little bit different than what we learned in mock at the school was they put all of the, and I don't remember what bags it was, but the one that does the, for the curling iron, for the press, the hot press, as well as you got a braid, and then the examiner will come and pull on the braid to see if it is a on the scalp braid. Then you will have to do the tease. And when you do the tease, I wasn't aware because we were not told to do it, but when you do the tease and then you brush the top of the little skirt over it and then spray it, you're supposed to take that bottom part of the hair, roll it up and clip it, and it's supposed to be a complete hairstyle. But I didn't see anybody else do it, so I don't know why it was an issue with me. I don't know. The guy had a little bit of an attitude. I don't know what his problem was, but whatever. As long as I passed, it's all I care. Then the next thing that we did was, I think it was the chemical. When I was putting on for, I think it was virgin hair, you know, you never put it directly like on the scalp, but he was trying to tell me you put it directly on the scalp. And then when we were doing retouch of the relaxer, of course you can use a bottle or you can use the brush. I used the brush. He was like trying to show me that it wasn't right or something. And then the next thing was, I was very proud that I did my state board. I did it more than in time, and I did it very well. I was surprised. I guess when you're crunched for time and you're really being tested on finger wave, you'll learn how to do it real quick, as well as the pin curls, and then making sure you put the pin curls at the end of the bottom of the finger wave. Then I would say probably the last thing, once they the examiner comes and sees how you put on you put your cotton coil on your perm rods, and then they want you to show them how to put on the perm solution. Then they tell you to put everything away and get out your nail bag, which is bag 8. So of course I put everything away, bring the bag out, and then he asked how to apply a nail tip. So I go to demonstrate it, but I didn't file it, and so the girl next to me, she files her down. So I was like, it's so much to know, so much to do. You're already nervous. It's just hopefully that they understand that it's not something that you do on a daily basis and things like that, but I'm sure that they don't really care about that. But overall, it wasn't that bad as someone told me a couple days ago. It was like being in military school or military camp, and it was nothing like that. Most of the people there were very cordial and very kind. He had a little bit of an attitude, and you can see the favoritism he played with this one particular girl. It's like she didn't have to do like everything, like when she did the teasing, like the comb is supposed to stand up straight in the hair, and it didn't, but he just let it, I guess he let it go. But it was quite a few things that she did that I noticed that he just like let it go. And then once you're done with the nail, you have to paint 2 nails. And they come and look at it. They look to see if you got on the sides, if you got like around the cuticle and the tip and all that. So just make sure you do that. It has to be dark polish. Mine is a dark, deep purple, but the only thing is it comes on very thin. So maybe it's, I don't know, Wet n Wild, I think is what it is. I'm not for sure exactly what brand it is, but maybe it's just a cheap quality. I'm not for sure. You know, I'm tired. I'm very drained. It was very exhausting. Hopefully I passed. Hopefully I received something in the mail soon. Now I'm driving home, and I have a bit of a headache. I think just from all the adrenaline rush and making sure you don't forget anything, you don't mess up anything, and things like that. But overall, I think I did a really good job. I'm really proud of myself. I can't believe I did the finger waves so fast and so good, and as well as the pin curls. Like, I don't know where that came from. Even the perm rods, the rollers. Okay, that's very simple and easy, but those particular 3 things, I'm just like, I can't believe that I got that down. But remember, don't go by just what my products are, because prime example, he says that the razor that my school gives us is for cutting hair, not for shaving. So the razor that I have for cutting hair is totally different. So I don't know any difference. So just make sure that whatever tools you need, you follow that list from your school, because if you bring something else and it falls back on you and you're like, well, you know, this is what I found or whatever, you know, that could fail you. Where versus if it came in your kit and that's what the school taught you to use, then that falls back on the school. So that means everybody from your school, whether they're old, new, it doesn't matter, the school is going to be held responsible for producing certain type of implements or tools to you and things like that. And you know, it's not your fault. So overall, just make sure that your uniform is pressed, it's clean, you have your shoot. You're going to be standing up for hours. From the time you get there, standing in line, waiting to be checked in, waiting for your documents to be checked over, to standing there to do the whole entire test. You are not allowed to sit down at all. So make sure your shoes are very comfortable. Make sure that your hair is up in a ponytail, or it's up and it's neat, it's clean, polished basically. Make sure if you wear makeup, make sure your makeup is on point and it's not wild or crazy, it's respectful. I guess that's like it. Don't wear a lot of jewelry. They're not going to make you take off your like jewelry or anything and put it in a bag or anything, but they'll tell you to hide it. Like, you're not allowed to wear Apple Watch or any type of things like that. You can't have your cell phone on. You can bring your purse in. You just got to put it underneath the table and put all your things in it. And I took a photo of one of the pieces of paper on the wall that was talking about if you don't have a smock, you don't have certain things. But I think what it is that as long as you're like in what do they call it, scrubs, that is your school uniform, because some of the vocational schools don't offer smocks and all these other things because they have such a cheap tuition. I think one girl that I was speaking to, she paid $1,200 to get her cosmetology license. My mom paid for me and it was like over $26,000. Just make sure that you check where the school is, that you're going to take the test, how far it is. Give yourself an extra hour to travel because of traffic. You just never know what could go wrong. You want to be there early. And another tip, try to like be one of the first ones there, because you're going to be up in the front, and what's going to happen is that the examiner is not going to be able to pay as much attention to you, because they're going to have to be looking at the other people, because it's going to be, I think, 10 to each examiner. So the longer, you know, the line is of people, they have to go around and look, and you have to show each step to each one, you know. So, you know, and listen, if you don't know something you kind of forgot, you need just kind of like look out the corner of your eye what others are doing, and, you know, just don't make it obvious, don't stare, you know, just to kind of like glance around at things if you're a little bit lost or you need a little bit of a poof, you know, or push, poof. And as long as you got your barbering steps down, you have your sanitation down, that is another big thing, sanitizing your hands. So basically, they did say you don't have to do it each time you touch something, this and that, just before and after, that's it. You don't have to keep going in between. But this wasn't a bad experience. Except the guy had a little bit of an attitude. I didn't like that. I don't know why he had an attitude. I will say to you, thank you for watching the. Wish everybody the best of luck that is going to be going to do their test, or that are in cosmetology school. I'm sure you'll do fine. Just keep your focus. The written exam, I have to say, was a little bit of a challenge as well. So just be patient. Make sure you study everything that they tell you to study. Listen to the instructors, because they know. So, yeah, I was in the video. Anyway, thank you for watching, and thank you for subscribing. And if you haven't done so, please subscribe to my channel and join this wonderful social family. And I'm here for you. I am so grateful for the people that subscribe to my channel, that support me. It means a lot to me. I want you to be proud of yourself for everything that you try to achieve and do in life, and you rock. And I want you to go out. I want you to be fancy and fabulous.